Now I'm speeding. I'm going to ask you a simple question.
Yeah, sure.
What got Anchor Toffee down here on the wharf?
Well, for the way that I understand it, one of the people that's in charge of social media started following us, and they were watching our progress and the number of followers and the places that we were and the things that we saw that we were doing, posting. And that prompted her to talk to the owner about it. And then they reached out to us, and we had a little chat about the proposition of coming in here. And after saying no a bunch of times, we talked ourselves into it. And last June 1st, we jumped in with both feet.
Cool. Hi. Let me ask you too, where Anchor Toffee started. Where did that idea start?
Well, oddly enough, we started out with a different name. We started out with a name that came directly from my family. My dad was named Truscott, and he was named for my grandfather's business partner. And so the original name of the company was Uncle Truscott's. And we spent so much time explaining who Uncle Truscott was, and did he invent toffee, and was he a chocolate maker, that people kind of lost sight of the candy. So we decided to take a really big step for a new company and to rebrand. And the name Anchor Toffee had sort of come in my brain, but I was reluctant to say it because I wanted it to be a collaborative effort, a family. Katie and I talked about it quite a bit. But one day we were in a meeting and I just blurted out Anchor Toffee, and the designer loved it, and we checked to make sure that it was legal, and we just off to the races.
Where did the business start?
The business started in, basically it started in Providence, Rhode Island. That's where the initial thought was. The commercial kitchens are in Warren, Rhode Island. The very first day that Hope and Main opened for business, got their certificate of occupancy, we were the first people to go in and cook. Made our first couple batches of toffee, and we've been going strong ever since.
How old is your toffee recipe?
I've been making it for over 30 years, initially for friends and family, and then when it came time for us to think about starting a family business, Katie and I discussed how the candy was something that people always loved, feel-good business, smells great, tastes great, and it makes people happy. So we initially started doing truffles and nut clusters and molded pieces, but that is a lot of extra touches, more and more steps to it, the packaging, etc. So we settled in on the toffee as the number one product, and I think it's gone over really well. It's well received.
Great. What do you like about being down here on the wharf for your business? And
in fair weather, this is a beautiful place. Even in some questionable weather, when it's a little bit rainy, the things slow down a little bit. But it also has the effect of taking the over, I think it's 1.5 million people a year come to Newport to visit. Even in weather that isn't quite as friendly, people come into the shops. There are times when cruise ships come into the harbor and groups of 40 or 50 are brought by a tender to the wharf, and it's like a bus pulling up every 15, 20 minutes. So just the sheer volume of traffic, when people come in, they have a tendency to take a bite and say, that's pretty special, I want some of that.
Tell me what?
The other thing that I wanted to say is the support of the community here is huge for us too. The support from local businesses.
I discounted my first 5 responses as inappropriate.
For me,
Yes,
that's
dear.
Really